seizures are probably the management detail that creates the greatest distress. And the process that it evolved was he had after his long-term admission to Seven Hills, he came in on January, and then kind of March to April, he had 3 more admissions because of prolonged seizures. And then we all met, the palliative care team at Boston Children's. I joined that discussion so we could be that continuity. And that was that discussion of just acknowledging the intractable problem. The hospital can manage the problem in the moment. It can't prevent the problem from occurring again. Is this a point in time where it makes sense to focus on the management outside of the hospital? And the first 6 months were, there were times where understandably, I know for you guys it was stressful. I know for nursing it was stressful at times because of the nature of seizures. But by always coming back to the concept that it's an intractable problem, the hospital can't make it better. It can manage it in the moment. If there is ever a point in time it makes sense to utilize the hospital, we absolutely will. And by knowing the benefit of managing it there, so that it could be one morning he's having a seizure and more meds, and then the afternoon he gets to school, or vice versa, so that it was putting the best of all things together. But it was hard at times.
That was a big step for us. And I remember one of those hospitalizations from Seven Hills was when we had that marathon bombing.
That's
and
right.
The ambulance was coming from Groton, and I went to Children's Hospital, and the National Guard is out there with the big rifles and everything, and I pull up, and the whole hospital is on lockdown. And I remember it was terrible, you know, just the whole thing. But I remember that was another aha moment. Why are we knocking ourselves out to rush him to the hospital when they're doing the same thing there that he can do in his own bed, and it's not going to change the outcome?
Yep.
It was difficult as a parent to come to that decision, because you know, as parents, as a mother, that when something's going wrong, you want to take them and get the best help you can. But even though you say the words that you know that this is a really, I think, important thing to bring up. Even though I could say the words that I know that they couldn't really make it better, I still found the comfort of bringing him to the hospital, like we're doing everything possible.
Yeah.
And it was with Dr. Howard's help that I learned that what I was really knew in my brain was that he didn't need to go to the hospital anymore.
And that doing everything possible could mean not doing something.
Absolutely. And that's a big step for a parent to take. And it's tough, because that guilt thing kicks in again.
Yeah.
Because that's all you know is they get sick, you take them to the doctor. They get sick, you take them to the hospital.
I like that description. Not doing something is doing something.